Happy 4th of July, everybody. I'm working. Usually I'll go out and mow on a holiday too. I'm usually the only one I ever see. I never see any other companies in my area out mowing, but I've decided I'm not going to mow today. A good 80% of my yards, I mean, they're not in dire need of mowing, so it's not like they're absolutely imperative that I get them done today. And I'm hopping and skipping around, so there's no reason why tomorrow I can't get done the ones from my Wednesday list I need to, and then also get done the ones from my Thursday list that I need to. So yeah, that just means I gotta work later tomorrow, which, whatever, I'm cool with that. So what I'm going to do today is a mulch job. I have to trim bushes and do mulch, and why that window's creaking. I'm gonna see if I can pop you off the dash real quick, because I'm going to get mulch, but we gotta drive past this house. You're in my face. I gotta drive past this house. It's this house right here, right across the front there. Some flower beds just across there. Not a whole ton. Ooh, there goes a fence company that's pretty big in my area that does a lot of fence work. Apparently they're working today. But anyway, so nobody lives in that house, and she actually lives in Pittsburgh, and she was in town last week, and now she went back home, and so no one's there anyway. And the thing is, I got a lot of newer lawns this year that are like some younger people that will have events, parties, things like that going on today. So I really don't want to be on their property. In the past, you know, 90% of my customers are all older. It's not like they're throwing keggers or nothing. You know, there's no keg parties going on there, so it didn't matter if I went on a holiday or not to mow their lawn. But this year it's a little different. So, you know, just out of respect for them, I'm going to stay off their property. And like I said, it's nothing that I can't handle. I think I got 16 properties on my Wednesday list and 18 on my Thursday list. So, and there's a portion of them that don't need cut anyway, they're burnt out. So there's no reason I can't get it all done tomorrow. So I'm just going to do this mulch job today on this property. I don't have to worry about anyone being there and do my thing. But like an ass, I forgot to go get mulch yesterday, thinking today's a holiday. You would think most nurseries are open today because people being off work, they do little projects around their house. But the one I always use, I've been calling all morning, and they're usually open by now, and no one's answering their phone. So I did call one that's a little bit further away I go to sometimes, and they are open only till noon. She said she has no one there to load mulch, but since I only need like 3 yards, she said it's no big deal and she'll load it for me. So we're going there to get mulch. So anyway, real quick, a lot of y'all noticed on my video I posted yesterday about my new truck that I changed the name of my channel to Over the Fire, and I said I would explain. Here it is. A couple reasons. One thing, my channel has not ever been, and will never be geared towards a PR thing for my customers. So I really don't need my company name being the title of my channel so that customers, you know, past, present, future, can find me on there and see it. It's not for them. It's for you guys, to be honest with you. I do it for a couple reasons. One, for you guys, just kind of like an entertainment type deal. And two, in the future, my kids, my grandkids can go on there and see what this old fart was like when he was younger. You know what I mean? The kind of things I did. And also, there is... we love to camp. Me and my family, we love to camp, and I've thrown little bits and pieces of that in my videos, and a lot of people have commented, why don't you add more stuff like that in there? And I don't want my channel to be 100% solely about lawn care, which is pretty much what it's always been about. I want to add other stuff in there. You know, I've thrown stuff in there about my chickens and stuff, and you know, people have commented on that. Why don't you put a lot more of that stuff in your videos, or make videos on that? Or, you know, you're always, I'm currently in the middle of adding on to my chicken coop. People are like, why don't you add more stuff about how you built it, and, you know, this and that, things like that in there. And I just, you know, I never have, and I want to. I want to put more stuff. And, you know, I grew up doing a lot of stuff like that. A lot of camping, a lot of bonfires, campfires. Not even just going away camping, but we always had fires in our backyard. We 5-6 nights a week. There's always a fire going in our backyard. And sitting out there and shooting the breeze, and it's kind of been like that whole. You can talk about anything over a campfire, whether you're sitting there having a couple wobbly pops or just sitting there, whatever. You know, cooking over the fire and shooting the breeze with family, friends. It's, you know, it's just been about anything and everything. You can just sit out there and kind of get your problems out, or just not even get your problems out. Just relax and have a good time with family and friends. So that's kind of where the name Over the Fire came from. I like the way it sounds, and that's pretty much what it is. So, you know, this channel is always going to be about lawn care, always, because that's what I do. And I mean, it's not only my career, but it's my passion. It's what I love to do. So it's always going to be about that, and about fabricating things and building things and fixing things. But there's going to be more other stuff on there as well, not solely about camping or about this and that, these other things I do, but there's going to be like a mix, a variety of that in with it. So that's the deal, and that's why I changed the name. But okay, enough about that, and I'm going to stop this portion of the video right here, but the next part will probably be on to today's events, which will be mulching and that kind of thing. They have just enough brown mulch for what I need, so she's a trooper right there. She's going to make it happen for me. They're not even open today. She came in to water plants, and she's doing this for me. She's wearing a white skirt, and she's like, I can't believe I'm going to load mulch for you. But that's some dedication right there. All right, you guys have seen me mow this one, if you remember from my videos. But this here is the flower beds. Well, she came through and well, there's a few little weeds, but she pulled all the big weeds out when she was in town. These bushes need tightened up a little bit. The tree does too, but of course I forgot my tall hedge trimmers. Damn! I was thinking I was going to need them. And this one here, along here, some other weeds back in there. This bush needs trimmed, that one. A little mulch in there. A little mulch there. Then some mulch across here. And that's it. Not too bad of a job. It's all close. I don't have far to go with the wheelbarrow, so I guess I'll start pulling out these weeds, and I'll take the hard rake and I will break up these clumps that she left in there, and then trim the bushes, clean it up, and mulch it.
Sometimes when you're here, I can feel no doubt, 'cause you keep me where the stars are bound. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter, 'cause I feel so free now.
Alright, so I mean, it's not the absolute best trim job in the world. Huh, trim job. He said trim job. But they look a hell of a lot better.
For sure. I don't know how long it's been since they've been trimmed, but I think it's been quite a while. I know it's been a long time since mulch has been in here because a lot of it is just chunked up dirt. By the looks of this, it was mulched with bag mulch last time, because bulk mulch doesn't have thick chunks like that. Not the stuff in our area anyway. I imagine it's pretty much the same everywhere, but it is a little bit thicker chunk, and depending where you get it, and especially with black mulch. But she wants brown. Those are all trimmed. Obviously I still gotta trim that tree, but not that, I mean, that wasn't one of the things. She didn't even care about the tree. She wanted the bushes done, but I think the tree should be done anyway. What's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna end up mulching everything, and then I'm gonna cut back next week, one day when I have more time. I'm gonna throw a tarp down just around over the bushes right there, and then trim it. The rest will all fall in the driveway, so it'll be no big deal. This here was all grown, like hanging out over here, and I know some people like it like that. They like that wild look to it, but there's just so many low spots and empty spots. I wanted to give it all a semi-even trim, height-wise and back, so that it'll give it a chance to grow in better and fill in more, so the whole thing is kind of universal and thicker. There's nothing over here. I just weeded it out, but so now I'm gonna rake everything in. I'm gonna rake out all of this stuff here with the plastic rake, and then blow out. There's a bunch of leaves under that bush, but I'm gonna rake everything out with the plastic rake, all the trimmings, and then blow it out real quick. And then after that, I'm gonna take the hard rake, the hard metal rake, and I'm gonna break up the rest of these clumps. Most of them I just threw at the bottom of the concrete. They explode for the most part in the smaller pieces, but I'm gonna finish breaking them up, and then I'm gonna rake up this mulch with the little bit that's left and kind of spread it around, so that when I top dress all of this with the other mulch, this is, see, it's a lot finer. This bulk mulch we get, that's brown bulk mulch. So, wow, that thing's hot. It's steel, dummy. It's gonna be. The sun is blazing out here. But anyway, if you saw in this last clip, I had the old Countryside bandana on. I made a ton of these last year. It's the only one I made in camo, but I made a ton of them in navy blue. They're really cool, like 15 or 20 of them. I never did anything with them. I was just going to give them away. So if any of you guys want a Countryside bandana, I'd be happy to send you one. Just email me at countryside.lawn@yahoo. countryside.lawn@yahoo. Send me an email with your address, and I believe, like I said, I have like 10 of them. So send me your address, and or no, I bought 15, I made all 15, and then there's one that I wear sometimes. So I have 14. I have 14 to give away. So the first 14 people to email me with your address, I'll send it to you. It won't cost you nothing. You don't have to pay me for it. You don't have to pay shipping. I know a lot of YouTube guys, once they get high in subscribers, they start making all kinds of shirts and stuff with their names on it to make money off you guys, but that's not how I roll. But then again, I'm not making hoodies and big t-shirts and stuff like that, where that stuff gets real expensive, so I can understand them not wanting to give all that stuff away. But either way, like I said, first 14 people get a Countryside Lawn bandana if you want it. I know it's not for everybody, but all right, let's finish this up.
Sometimes when you're here, I can feel no doubt, 'cause you keep me where the stars are found. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter, 'cause you're here with me now. It doesn't really matter, 'cause I feel so free now. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter.
Mulching there, along the edge, back there. I hit that shot there. There's that flower bed. And I just threw some mulch in that all the way down. I got a couple little spots I gotta move it around there and clean up the edges, but that one, and then all the way up there. And how much mulch do we have left? That much. Pretty damn close. But whew, I'm sweating like crazy, so y'all gonna hang out here with me for a minute while I wipe the sweat off me. Whew, I need some water. Just so happens I have some. This was full when I started this job. And what time is it right now? Because when you watch this video, it won't be in real time by any means. It is 12:09, and I started this job, I believe, right around 9:30, 10 o'clock. So about 2 hours it has taken me. I'm a hustler, baby. But in all serious, Chucky 2009 posts another video. I love that dude's videos. I'll have to watch that later. But anyway, I know everyone has their own way of doing mulch, and I'm sure people are gonna, what are you doing? They're gonna talk smack about the way I do it, but you guys know the drill, man. I don't care. I don't. Not a bit. Because I've never had a complaint the way I do it, and they always call me back year after year. Every customer, it's the first time I've ever done this one, because I just started mowing this year. But I've never had a complaint, and they always call me back. So I'm gonna keep doing it that way. Some of you guys may wonder why I put it on so thin. I only put it on about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, about 2 inches. Some guys in my area put on like 3+, but see, the problem in my area is there's a thing called snow mold, and there's pretty much 2 ways you can get it. You can get it by not cleaning up your leaves in the fall. So if you blow all your leaves or rake all your leaves into a big pile and then it sits on your grass and it stays there, come winter or come summer, your grass is going to be dead in that area, and it's going to take a long time for your grass to come back, and it'll be like this white crustiness under there. That's snow mold. Mulch, when it breaks down, okay, before people even realize that you can use mulch to make your flower beds and your house look nice, mulch was always used by farmers. And the reason it was used by farmers was as a way to keep most of the weeds at bay, but it also held in heat, which the crops needed. And then as it broke down over the cooler months, over the winter months, it would decompose, and that would add nutrients to your soil. It was really, really good for your soil, so you could grow a better crop the following year. That is the main purpose for mulch. So essentially, when you put it in your flower beds, you want it to do the same thing. If you put it on too thick, it can't break down, and what it does, it creates a crust over it, and no air can circulate through. That's when snow mold creates underneath it. Now, those of you guys that live in the climates that I live in, you go in the spring and you see the mulch, and it just looks like a hardened crust layer, and you can't even break it up. You got to take a rake to break it, and it comes off in chunks. That's why. It's because it was put on too thick, and it hardened right up, and air couldn't pass through it, and I guarantee you if you flip it over, the bottom half of it's going to be white. That's snow mold. The problem with that snow mold is it also puts that mold down into the soil, and you'll start to see a lot of the crops in your customers' flower beds die crops, a lot of the plants. So that's why I do it the way I do. I put it on a nice about 1.5 inch, 2 inch thick, and then after I'm done, I go over it with the coal shovel and I kind of shake it and skim it in areas where it might have been, where I might have spread it a little too thin. I'll go over it again and I'll skim coat across the top of it so it looks all nice and even. But I don't use brown mulch that much. It's almost always black mulch. All my customers get black mulch. So I don't like spreading brown mulch because sometimes it's hard to see where you've spread because you got all the dirt. But oh, this stuff come out pretty nice. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I know this is probably going to be a long one, even though I'm going to fast forward a lot of these parts because I talked a lot. But anyway, so let me know down in the comments what you guys think of what I said in the beginning of this video with changing the name of my channel and why I did it and what's to expect in the future from me on this channel. Like I said, mostly lawn care still and fabrication and fixing things, but you're going to get a mix of other stuff too. So let me know what you guys think, because so far I've gotten a lot of feedback. People tell me that why don't I do more of that stuff? So I want more feedback now that you guys know I'm going that way, and let me know what you think. If you're tempted to leave something nasty and you really think you're going to, smack yourself in the back of the head and remind yourself that Randy doesn't care. So you're wasting your time. I'll either laugh at it, I'll write something smart ass back to you, or I'll just delete your comment. So that's pretty much the only results, the only thing that's going to happen with all that, leaving nasty comments. So if you feel you must, and by all means, go ahead. I'm a big guy. I can take the brunt of it. So if you're giving me shit, you're probably leaving someone else alone.